BBC Whoniverse.
The Whoniverse, an iPlayer thing or a real world thing? Well, the Whoniverse has been what fans have called Doctor Who for a good while, right? Good number of years. The Whoniverse is now the official BBC term, as it said at the beginning, BBC Whoniverse. That's me trying to do a point impression of that bloke, and I will be honest with you, I really want to interview him, I really want to get to know him, I really want to find him. If anyone has any ideas who did, I don't know if he does the whole series because I didn't list further, but if we find the audio description below, please let me know. So, what we're talking about is expanding the Whoniverse, and what I mean by that is adding things that have not already been added. So let's expand the Whoniverse together. So, first of all, let's talk about the new Who related content that's not been yet added, because Classic Who will be a separate thing for now, for a minute. So we've got the K9 Australian series that I was trying to think about this earlier. I was actually trying to think about this earlier. But ITVX, that no longer now has Doctor Who, had the W programme, so it was called Watch at the time. So for the 50th anniversary of Doctor Who, BBC America created a programme. It was a series of mini documentaries-ish, like retrospective type things, where they talk about each Doctor, and it was trying to get people into Doctor Who in a sense of, if you've never seen that Doctor, well, here's 14,552 million facts about this Doctor, and it was a really interesting program because we got it here in the UK on the W channel, which is a channel within the UK TV network that is owned by BBC Studios. So the BBC had their hand in that, and that's why a lot of Doctor Who airs on Watch/W/UNW. And you have to sort of look into it. So that's one. If I can remember the name, that would be great. The second one would be the Sarah Jane Adventures Alien Files, which was a program that, let's say, Rani, she would say, Mrs. Smith, open the alien files, and she would log an adventure, but it wouldn't replay out the adventure. She would be like a voiceover-ish. So she'd be in the room, so it'd be the same set as the TV, as Sarah Jane Adventures. It'd be one character per episode talking to the Mrs. Smith, trying to log the information about that villain, and they talk about their adventure with that villain. Right. It was a nice program, and it should be added. Next, we have Torchwood Declassified, which and I never actually watched this. This was really annoying me. I've never seen it, and because at the time Torchwood had come out, I was slightly too young for Torchwood, because Torchwood was this BBC Three mature 15. Watch Series 1, Episode 2, to get an idea of why children should be watching it. I will tell you a fun story though. Years ago, they were, at one point, still happens now, but at one point, you could notice it, that if you watch CBBC, at about 7, I think it was, it will transfer over to BBC Three now, because we've got different channels. Once CBBC's broadcast, BBC Three starts, but it's not on the same channel, so you're not typing channel 456 and watching CBBC from the hours of 7 till 7, and then watching BBC Three on the same thing. You have to go to another channel, like 823, to find BBC Three. But at that point, they were on the same channel, if that makes sense. And the CBC logo hadn't gone yet, and they accidentally started playing out an episode of Torchwood, but with the CBC logo. So a lot of kids thought, oh, I said, oh, this is a new children's show, woo, yeah, yeah. The BBC were horrified, obviously, because they made sure that the programme was a mature young adult show. And so what they had to do, they had to make a children's edit of an episode of Torchwood so that the kids could watch it. Now, I think that on the Torchwood Extras page on the BBC iPlayer, we should have the children's version of that episode of Torchwood. I think sticking with New Who, obviously Torchwood Declassified is Doctor Who Confidential, but for Torchwood that should be added. So that's New Who done and dusted. I got through that quite quickly within 5 minutes. Well done. Now we're going to move on to what I'd call the trickiness, that is Classic Who. Obviously, we're not going to talk about stories, that are missing, because they're either missing because they're missing in the archive, they're missing because there's something not right with it, so the BBC don't want to add it on, or they're missing due to the legal rights issues that are currently facing it. Unearthly Child is the thing I'm going to talk about. So let's talk about what needs to be added. Well, we've got the Peter Cushing films. ITVX currently have them, and it needs to add it onto the iPlayer, as well as that Dalek Mania documentary that utilises a cast from the Peter Cushing that I saw once on Talking Pictures TV. With a cracking documentary. So that lot needs to be added on. Proper Doctor Who, why not Peter Cushing Doctor Who? I think that we could have Mission to the Unknown University Edition added on, because that's available on their YouTube channel. There's a Doctor Who official YouTube channel, and I would love it to be available on both DVD and the BBC iPlayer. The other one that I forgot to mention in New Who, but I'll mention in this segment, is what do we call it? Is the Dalek animated YouTube exclusive series. So part of the Time Lord Victorious multimedia event. I think that we should have that added both on DVD and onto the iPod, because that is a significant part of the Whoniverse, which is really goodly animated. Not the greatest animation of all time, but neither is most of the Doctor Who animated stories. Oh, the greatest animation of all time. They're very good, but they're not the best thing you've ever seen in your entire life. They're not Pixar quality, is what I'm getting at. They're good enough to get the message across, and they're really good to help tell the story, but they're not the greatest animation you've ever seen in your entire life. And so the Dark animated series should be added on. What else? We've already talked about the Australian Canine, but now in more of a Classic Who situation is that we've added on documentaries before onto the Whoniverse, because there's a few like top 10 best whatevers. So I think we should add the TV film documentary that recently came out, which is called I really do apologise. I can't. Oh, Who Am I? I can see it. It's on my shelf. Who Am I? Which was a Doctor Who documentary following the writer of the TV film getting to grips with the fact that some fans might not like it and might not like what you've done, but other fans love it, and here's why they love it. And it shows it conventions, it shows them at all times, and it proves the point that even if the episode, the TV film, TV movie, whatever you want to call it, was divided, you can see that he doesn't need to feel ashamed of it. He needs to say that, yes, a lot of people don't like it, but a lot of people do like it, so it's a win-win, and that's what Doctor Who is all about. Some people don't like the episode, some people do like the episode, and that's fine. We can all have our own separate opinion, and the Who Am I documentary follows that in conventions and all sorts, and I think that personally should be added to the iPlayer, because it was added. I wouldn't have said it if it wasn't added onto one of the streaming platforms, but it was added on to the to the ITVX under the BritBox banner. So if ITVX could add it, the Whoniverse surely can add it. And I think that's pretty much it, to be fair, because the Whoniverse is full of things. We just need more, and the bits mentioned today are the things that I suggest the add-on. But if that happens, only time will tell. Will they get the rights to the Dalek Mania and the two Peter Cushing films? Who knows? Thank you guys for watching. Bye bye. Don't forget to subscribe to the official Tom Mason YouTube channel.